Hello, Forex gamers! Today I want to talk about Civilization 7. I'm a big fan of this Civilization franchise. I played over 1,000 hours of Civilization 5 and 6, so I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking Civilization, and I was very, very anxious to play this game and discover Civilization 7. So today what I want to do is to review the game and let you know why you should buy it or why you shouldn't buy the game. Because it's not everyone that will like a simulation game, and I think this game is very interesting but not perfect. So jump with me with the review, and you will know more about what I have to say. So first of all, I want to talk about the visual and the music. I think the producer of this game did an amazing job of having very, very nice graphic and very, very nice music. If you look at that, you can see the landscapes that are very beautiful. Here we have a wonder, a natural wonder, and here we have a wonder that we built. We see you can see the cities that are beautiful. Everything is blended together, and I think the landscapes, the visual are incredible. And this is probably a strength of Civilization for sure. I really like the addition of the navigable river. It allows more cities to have access to ocean and to boats and to everything. So this is very, very nice. And there's also terrain adjustment now that you can stand on a canyon and you can go from this style to this style with the units because you have to go around them, and it's very nice. It's more thing that you have to think about when you move your units around. And if you defend this area, you can place your archer here, and this archer will be um, in very good position to fight against units that come this way. So I think this is a very, very nice adjustment. I also want to talk about the cities. So if I look at the cities, I think it's very beautiful. But I really hate uh, how I can't tell what is what uh, unless I place my mouse on it and it tell me. So I think this blend of everything is beautiful in a way, but is a small pain of the ass for another way because it's hard to plan your city around. I think it's Civ 6 with the color of the districts. It was very easy to place your districts around and plan how you should, where you should buy, place where, because it was easier to just recognize with a quick look at the city, which is not now. So I found very hard to optimize my yield in Civilization 7, and I hope that the developer would change something here, so it's easier to know what is where without having to place my mouse on it every time. The other thing with the cities, I don't like the maximum cities. I understand it that the goal of the game is not just to kill everyone and take everyone's cities in the first ages, and then the game is almost done. Uh, but I think sometimes when you have places to place cities, you should be allowed to. So yeah, I it's not the best idea, or it's maybe not well optimized. But I found myself squeezed in a small amount of cities a lot of times. In this game, it's not the case, but in other game, it was. I also want to talk about the units because I think the developer improved a lot of units. The first one I want to talk about is the scout. So now the scout have the ability to use that search, which will reveal all the tiles around it that you can't see, plus like bonuses further into the fog of war. So by doing that, you now have more decision to take with your scout. So you can just take your scout and run around. It will not be optimized. So you have to take your scout in an area where there's a lot of fog of war around it, and then search it. It's the best way of scouting with your scout. So I like that. You have to optimize your scout now. The other unit that I really like is the army commanders. So I think it's a very well thought idea to have the army commanders that can regroup your army and just run the map with few units on it. So it minimizes the amount of click that you have to do to move your units around. And it's the army commanders that take the experience now, which is very good as well because in previous Civ you can fight like 50 turns with the same units and your units is very upgraded to the max, and then few mistake and the units get wiped out and now you lost all your experience accumulated. But now when your army commanders die, they will spawn back the city. So I think it's a very nice improvement, and it's also an incentive to be aggressive because good army commanders will help you in your wars and help you defend. So if you don't want to fight, you you will probably be in a bad spot later to defend your settlements. So I think it's a very nice improvement here. The next subject I want to talk about is to talk about the diplomacy with other civilizations. So if I open the diplomatic screen, I see now that there is a yield that is the influence, and this yield helped me generate action that I can take with other civilization, or a bad thing that I want to happen to them that I can choose with the influence, with which I think is a very nice mechanic. But I don't like that I'm just limited to this choice with of the other civilization. By example, I can't trade with them anymore. So if I want to buy luxury resources from them, I can. If I want to exchange money, I can. And I think in forex game like civilization, being able to trade with the other civilization is very important. It's allow you to manage your civilization better, and to sometimes you need to sell something that is a big sacrifice because you need immediate money or something like that. So yeah, I think this is something that need to come back to the games. So I hope the developer do something around that. The other thing about diplomatic that I don't really like is how the independent people are integrated into the game. So in this specific game, I think I killed all of them. And the reason why I killed all of them is because there is no consequences to do so, which I think is stupid. Because I want I want the other civilization to be mad at me if I kill all the independent people. Now I feel like they're just there to be killed, um, which don't make sense to me. I want Napoleon to be very mad at me because I killed his favorite independent peoples. The other thing that I don't understand with them is why sometimes there is independent people that like you and why other times there's none of them that like you, or I don't understand why they like you or they not, which I think it's weird also. Um, and in previous civilization like Civ 6 and 5, a specific independent people has specific bonuses that you can gain with them, which was something important for few civilizations. So um, if you want to play a science game, by example, there is few specific city states that you really wanted to be friend with them. So now they kind of all the same, and I think they're just really badly implemented into the game. There is more that need to be done around the independent people. And finally, I want to talk about few unrelated things uh, that aren't to the game. So I encountered few bugs. The first one was that my screen was just stuck around like that, turning around, and there's nothing I could do, which is very annoying. But I think it's probably easy to fix for the developers. The other thing that happened to me, and I don't think I have some here, but there was some ghost units attacking me. So my units were taking damage, and I didn't know why. So this is weird, and it will probably be fixed. But for now, it's a bit annoying. I also think that in the end of eras, they are way more catastrophe happening, and with the plague as well, it's too much. I found myself just um, like repairing my settlement all the time, which I think it's annoying. And I think I want to just play the game and improve my cities. And if I'm just repairing everything, yeah, I think it's just annoying and it's just too much. I like catastrophes, and I think the plague is a good idea as well. But there's a better balance to found here. So hopefully the developer will change that. I think as well that the end turn are smoother than ever. I really like the way that you just end turn. Every units are moving, and a few seconds later you're ready to start back the next turn, which was not the case in previous civs. When you end turn, there was a lot of units moving, and it could take up to few minutes if you don't change the parameters to skip the movement visual. Yeah, so I think this is very nice now. Very well done by the developers. And the last point I wanted to talk about is how they improve the start of every game. So when you settle your first cities now, your first city, your production is boosted, so your first units are building uh, come very come faster. So it's allow you to start playing around faster than it was before. And I think it could be improved more than that. I think when you settle your first city, you should just get a free scout. That's it. I think it's probably the way to go. Every good civilization player know that you always start with a scout. If you do not do that, you don't know how to play civs. I'm sorry if you don't do that, but yeah, it's always a scout to move. So why not just start with a scout? That's it. So yeah, I like that they boosted the start, but it could be boosted more, and it will just improve the gameplay of the game. So this is all I wanted to talk about today. But the big picture is that this is a very nice game, but there is few things that need to be improved. That just is just some pain in the ass and some gameplay that you're not around to plan your cities. That the diplomatic is not very good. So I think there is few improvement that should be done, and I think in 1 or 2 years from now, this game will be just incredible. But I think there is still some work to do for the developers. So if you plan to buying the games, I can tell you that it's a very nice game. It's fun to play, but it's maybe a good idea to wait 6 months for the bugs to be fixed and to have better gameplay. So it depends of who you are. If you are a big fan of Civilization franchise, I tell you, just buy it. You will love it. If you're not, maybe wait 6 months and buy it, and I'm sure you will appreciate the game. So thanks you for watching, gamers. Really appreciate it to have you on board, and see you in another video. Bye bye.